Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. I'm not sure if you've heard, but the Royal Mint has released the new image of King Charles III that's going to be on the United Kingdom coins, which is coming out in February of 2023. And this is the new image of King Charles III. It's going to be on the 50p coin from the Royal Mint, and you can see the address, the web address up there where my cursor is, and that's what it's going to look like. So when we start looking at it, you see that on the back is the 1953 Coronation 5-pound coin reverse by Edgar Fuller. And then on the right there is King Charles III. And you see way down, let me see if we can get it a little bit better than that. There's an MJ there. That's from Martin Jennings. Charles III, DG by the grace of God, Rex or King, FD 50 pence. Today we're going to take a look at all of the British monarchs who've been on coins since 1837. We start with this one down here, and this is of course Queen Victoria, who came to the throne in 1837. I believe this is the third image of Queen Victoria. It says Victoria Dea Gracia, Britannia Reg FD, or Victoria. By the grace of God, Queen of all Britons, Regina Britannia, or Queen of all Britons, FD, Defender of the Faith. And this is a kind of a fun little silver coin. It is the sixpence, crown sixpence from 1880. And this is silver, and you see this little hole in it. People used to keep these for good luck in necklaces. And also they would keep them so they'd always have kind of cash around. But you could still spend this sixpence even with the hole in it. And the other end of the spectrum is this one right here. And this is one of my favorite Queen Elizabeth II coins. It's a 2018 Jody Clark 1-pound coin. It's a bimetallic coin. And you see she's wearing the George V state diadem, this crown. It says Elizabeth II, DG, or by the grace of God, Regina, FD, Defender of the Faith, 2018. And on the back of this one, it says 1 pound at the bottom, and then we have the English rose, Welsh leek, Irish shamrock, and the Scottish thistle in a crown. And this is just a really, really sweet coin. And the back of this coin is engraved by David Pearce, Pearce, and you can see the DP right down here, the initials on the back. All right, so what came in between Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth? That's what we're going to look at today. After Queen Victoria died in 1901, King Edward VII became king, her son King Edward VII. And this is a King Edward VII coin right here. And you can see it says Edward VII, Dea Gratia, or by the grace of God, Brit Omn Rex, or King of all Britons, or King of all Britannia, Fid Def, or Defender of the Faith, Ind Imp. And this, of course, was back when the King of England was the Emperor of India, and that's what the Ind Imp is. And then you see this is a halfpenny from 1902, and a halfpenny. There were 480 of these to a 1-pound coin. So 240 pence, 480 halfpennies, and this is the 1902 Britannia reverse halfpence. Edward VII died. Her next son, George V, took the throne. And there it is, George V, same thing, Brit Omn Rex, King of all Britons. And this is another one of the strange currencies. And this is the half crown from 1915. George V was king from 1910 until 1936. And when he died, that's what this little weird one is here. This coin was not actually circulated in Great Britain, but in order to get set up for King Edward VIII, who became king in June of 1936 upon George V's death. And this is what they call a pattern coin. In other words, before they actually make the coins, they do these patterns. The Royal Mint does have some of these, the pattern coins, but they never got into circulation because Edward VIII became king on June 1936 and then left and abdicated the throne on December 1936. He was only king for about 6 months. No coins were circulated during those 6 months. And they were left with some of these coins that they had made but never circulated. And the Royal Mint has some of these pattern coins. If you ever get a chance to go to the Royal Mint, you'll get to see a Edward VIII pattern coin, which was never ever released. And then, of course, there was George VI, who was Queen Elizabeth's father, who came to the throne after Edward VIII abdicated. And this is another one of the funny coins here. It says George VI, Dea Gratia, Brit Omrex, King of All Britons, Fidier Def instead of FD or Fid Def. And this is a Thomas Humphrey Paget HP engraving here. And we get to the back, and the reason I wanted to bring this one in is because this is the last of the 3-pence coins that were made with George VI on them, Queen Elizabeth's father. And this is the 3-pence from 1952, the last year of his reign. And then, of course, let's just follow it right through. Queen Elizabeth II became queen in 1952. Her first coins came out in 1953. I believe that she had 6 portraits on her coins, and this is the Jody Clark, the final portrait that came out in 2018. All right, that's all we have today from DC Coin World. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you have.